gosh, I literally just recorded 2 clips only to find out that they did not record sound, so hello, everybody. As I mentioned in the previous clip, I got a good amount of footage that just had no sound. I completely forgot to do another intro, and I didn't realize this until I'm sitting down and editing this whole thing. I'm basically taking you on a crochet weekly vlog. My week is starting on Thursday. Yeah, see you guys in the next clip. It is 10:41 at night, and I am working on the solid granny square. Now that I have an idea of what to do with it, I can finally go ahead and do it. And I know that all the stitches are correct on this one on all sides, because the blue one is the one where I made the mistake and did just one double crochet, then a treble crochet, then one double crochet instead of doing the two double crochets, treble crochet, similar to the sweetheart. It's just all these double crochets that I'm doing. The only difference is that in the corner I'm doing a treble crochet, but I'm finally almost at my last round, and then I start, I think, round 13 on this. Probably gonna, I made myself chocolate chip cookies the other day. I used Phoebe's grandma's recipe. If any of you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like I could just like make a whole back panel, which technically I'm doing. I'm just using a big old huge granny square. I just don't know how feasible this is, because I would have to do, I feel like I would have to do like 4 or 5 rounds throughout the day. And that's like a 2 to 3 hours, maybe. What was I talking about? I don't even remember what I was previously talking about. I could have just started with the chain and then just gone up with double crochets that way, but like I figured I already had this. I don't really need to frog this because it does have the correct amount of stitches on both sides, well, on all 4 sides. Oh, I was saying, I think I'm pretty much a homebody, to be honest with you, so I don't really go out enough to really vlog about my day. Like, tomorrow might be interesting. I might take you along for me. Well, I might take you along when I go and get my blood drawn, because I gotta get my vitamins checked. Like, I don't know why people say it's as soft as a cloud. Like, have you felt a cloud? You know, like, have you physically touched a cloud? Because I know I've used the expression before, but it's like it makes me think, like, well, where did that expression come from? Because I don't think a human being has ever actually touched a cloud, because it's just like vapor, isn't it? Like, it's not actually something that's solid, like brick or a piece of ice. You can't actually, like, if I put my hand in to a cloud, it just go through it. So got onto row 18 of the solid square, but I just counted my stitches on all sides and it's uneven by multiple stitches. So somewhere I'm like missing 2-3 stitches on each side, and I have no freaking idea how or when that happened. There are more stitches on the bottom here than there are up on the top there, and then on the side too, like here, there's more stitches here, and I just don't know how that happened. So I'm gonna have to frog this, and I'm tired of going through this little square process. So we're just gonna do a whole back panel, like a normal chain, and just go up from there, and hopefully we can get this finished around the time that I want it to be finished. Also, it is a new day. I don't know if I started this off, but it is a new day. Today is Friday, January 30th, and it is 12:45, almost 12:45 in the afternoon, which I think I'm gonna actually frog this, and then I'm gonna go get my blood drawn. We're on our way to go and get my blood work done. It is earlier than 1:40, but I don't think they're gonna check and be like, oh, it's not 1:40 yet. For the past 4 years, I've been using a Google Pixel 7 Pro, which is what I started filming on, and then I moved to the camera, and now I'm like switching between the camera and the my iPhone 14. And I just got an iPhone 14 off of back market, really cheap, and it was refurbished because like I'm not paying $1,000 for an iPhone that I'm going to be using just to film. If you're an Android user and you're just like, oh, I'm never using iPhone ever, like I'm always going to be using some sort of camera, some sort of heavy camera that you like carry around with you, like eventually you're going to get to the point where you're going to want the seamless transition between both of them, and you just can't get that with Google Photos and Android. Like, even though after you're done recording it'll upload onto your Google Photos, but like going from an editing software to Google Photos to YouTube sometimes doesn't always read properly. iOS is just smooth. We have finished the blood. We got it. And I almost forgot where I parked my car. Also, I do apologize for the audio because I don't have my mic. We raw dogging it out here. All right. For some reason, okay, so like my whole life I've been considered to be a hard draw person, but now like that I'm older, I just feel like people just didn't know what they were doing. I went to the ER because I was feeling really bad. Don't worry, this was not like anytime soon. This was like a year or two ago. I was feeling really, really bad. And so I went to the ER and, you know, they needed to do like an IV on me. Well, this nurse came in and she stuck me like 4 freaking times after I told her that I was considered to be a hard stick. And that I needed somebody who knew what they were doing because one, I'm in pain. I don't want to go through you having to try 3 times before you get somebody else. Like, I need somebody who's not going to put me through more pain right now. And you know, her being her, she had her whole little wanna be like, oh, I'm the best and everything like that, but she absolutely sucked. Then you know, and so I'm over here and I'm in pain and all this stuff, and I'm telling her like I need somebody else, like somebody else needs to come over here and do this, because she tried 4 times, stuck me in the arm 4 times, and then the last time she tried to wiggle it around to try and find a vein, and it just did not work. So that ticked me off. And then by that 4th time she was like, oh, I'm gonna go and get somebody else to do this because you definitely are a hard stick. No shit, Sherlock, I told you that I was a hard stick. I don't care if you got 2 freaking awards for some like vein of the year or whatever. You're not sticking me. Unless you have like 150 plus awards for vein of the year, if that's even a thing. Then no, you're not going to be spending like 2 minutes wiggling around a needle into my arm trying to find a vein that you thought was there. Like, no. Okay, so hoping y'all can hear me. Don't have my mic plugged in, but we have several WIPs going on right now, and I'm gonna show y'all. Them. So my first WIP that we have is, well, let me start with we've got the 17 granny squares, sweetheart granny squares. We've got the 17 here. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Maybe make a bag. I don't know. I feel like making a bag, but I don't know. And then, because we had to frog the big old huge solid granny square because, like, it just wasn't working out. Because we had to frog that, I am doing a different style for it. I'm doing a V-stitch on the back, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna line this so it's like extra comfy. And then we also have this tapestry piece that I'm working on, which is going to be something really cool, and hopefully I can get that done by the end of this week. Also, I didn't mention it, but it is Saturday today. I don't think, did I do an update yesterday? Yeah, because I went to go and get my blood done yesterday, so that should be in there. I feel like I'm being a little bit more realistic. I'm not like forcing myself to go out somewhere. Yeah, this is what we have so far for the thingy that I'm working on. This might be a little bit too big. Like, it's gonna be like oversized. ASMR, like, got air filters that go on throughout our place. They're nice, they give some nice ambient noise, but look, I don't have nails to really get out like knots, but you know what I do have? I've got my handy dandy tapestry needle. I did about like 30 minutes, but it felt like it was 2 hours because it's the same pattern over and over again, and that's just like, and it's in a straight line too, so it's just, I locked in for 30 minutes, and that's the most I'm gonna do for right now. And also, like, it's not my crochet hand. Like, my crocheting hand is fine. Like, I don't have any issues with my crocheting hand. It's more of the hand that I hold my yarn. I guess it's just like the way that I do it is not normal. And I say it's not wrong because there's really no wrong way to crochet. It's more of like what's comfortable to you, and as long as you're getting things done, and you're not in pain, then, you know, I think that's an A+ in my book, and you're doing great. You know, you're doing great. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the other day when I was out getting my blood, I did want to stop at Target because supposedly Targets in California only are supposed to now carry Burnett blanket yarn, or really Burnett yarn in general. So I'm interested in knowing if any of the Targets near me are actually carrying Burnett. This natural lighting, bro, like, natural lighting is key to everything. If anybody's curious if this little guy is still looking for a home, by the way, still looking for a home. I've seen a couple people favorite it, so if you're interested in purchasing, scooping him up, becoming his next trainer, you know, now's the time, now's the time. But I did want to show y'all this yarn. This is another Karen Big Cake that I have, and I do have another one that is in the closet, but this is another Karen Big Cake that I have, and I'm planning on making a pullover with this, but I'm not sure if I want to make it like a hexagon pullover, or if I want to just like do like a front panel, a back panel, and then 2 arm panels, and then just sew it together and make a hoodie that way, and then do a cuff and a hood, or if I want to experiment and actually use a zipper. So I'm still debating on that yarn, on what's going to happen, but I definitely have a project in mind with it. So alright, so I've done 15 rows of the back panel, and for reference, I'm using a 2XL hoodie that I like to wear. So I did a chain of 74? No, I did a chain of 78. I don't know, I'll throw it up on the screen. I did a chain of something in the 70s. And this is what it's looking like so far. I'm almost at the halfway point for it to be a back panel. I would say it's looking like right now, again, this is the back of the hoodie, it's not the front. And this is going to be like oversized because I still have to block this back panel. It's getting there. I don't know how many rows needs to be on the back panel, because again, this is going to be oversized a bit, because after it gets blocked, it's definitely going to be oversized. Hartman,
is just so horrible to his girlfriend. Like, he is such a red flag, like a big red flag. And then in some of the episodes, he tries to make it out like his girlfriend is a red flag. Like, he gaslights so many people, and it's just for what? For what?
Okay, so I do want to take a moment here to pause and little reflect because, like, I'm watching the episode of South Park where, like, it's the Sons of Witches. The dads, they all gather in the woods, they get high and they drink and stuff, and it's freaking hilarious. Also, at the same time, they have the storyline of Cartman and his girlfriend. It just made me think back to, like, being in elementary school around the time when, like, Harry Potter was becoming, like, a bit more popular, and just remembering that there were like competitors out there at the time who were trying to like give off that Harry Potter charm vibe. You know, they were creating some sort of spell books and everything like that. And like during the time, scholastics would show up every once in a while to your school and you would purchase like items. The thing is with this, it just reminds me of that time when the dad is talking about want to do some real spells and like me thinking that these spell books were actually gonna work, you know? Paid like paid $25 back then, which was expensive back then. Now it's like a penny. I'm gonna get back into crocheting now. Oh, my iPad tipped. It tipped. Okay, it has been a while since my last update with y'all, but I've gotten pretty far on the back panel for the cardigan. Also, it's still Sunday. I just took a shower and I just took a shower and changed my shirt and all that jazz. So, this is how much we've gotten off the back panel. Let me show you. So this is how much we've done of the back panel.
Dear, this is offline. I won't trust anyone else to do that. Your State Department is warning you that diplomatic channels are breaking down. Everyone who still has control of their arsenals is considering a first strike, just like you are. The intelligence community knows that the entity is learning as it goes. It's getting smarter, it's getting stronger. They know that we have only 72 hours before every other nuclear arsenal on Earth is under the entity's control. 3 days. If what you're saying is true, how can you be sure the entity doesn't want us to do exactly what you're proposing right now? Because it knows you would never do anything so illogical that you would be insane to trust me. That's precisely why you should. For once, let's let the entity worry about what we're going to do. I'm worried about those 3 other nations. Madam President's still in control of their arsenals. Nations who could panic and launch a full-scale attack while he's out there with an aircraft carrier doing God knows what. While he's out there
So that's probably the little bit that y'all are gonna see of me crocheting for the night because my partner is coming back into the bedroom to come and rest, and I don't think, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be on camera, so and I'm not trying to blur him out in post, so yeah, I will see you guys the next Monday. By the time this video is out, this should be done. I'm hoping that it's done, but you hopefully voted and let me know what color is best, because I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put up a poll and see where the people are at with it. Oh, and this is not white, this is cream. It looks white on camera, but it is cream. I'm still going to throw up that the little thing on my socials, so if you aren't following me on Instagram or on TikTok or anywhere else that isn't YouTube, then go ahead and do that. It is, what is it? Oh my gosh. It's Tuesday. For this past week, I've had this issue with my camera, like my Sony camera, where it wasn't showing the display thing up on top of like what I was filming in and then like the remaining amount of hours on my SD card. My partner told me that we were supposed to go and get a box of vegetables at 10 o'clock this morning. So when I woke up around like 9:50 in the morning, I was getting ready. We headed out to go to this place to get the vegetable box because it's not even that far away from our house. And turns out they don't open up until 5 p.m. So we did a practice run, essentially. But another thing that was kind of irritating that we found out is they didn't put anywhere in the email that it was supposed to be around 5 o'clock for pickup. They just let us know that our box was going to be ready on this date. I think we're going with the cream color for the front panels and the sleeves because it just makes more sense. And then the heart section will be in this red. The pockets for the hearts will be in that red. But I don't think I'm going to have enough to do the sleeves in this color, so I'm probably going to have to make a run to Michael's, to be honest with you. Because if I order from Premier, it will not get here in time, and I know that for a fact. And I'm not paying for like priority shipping or next day shipping or whatever. Like, there's no need for that. Right. Well, I'm just gonna do this back and forth for a good couple of rounds, and then I'm most likely gonna stop because my shoulder is hurting a little bit, and yeah, it's probably the way that I was laying down in the bed earlier today, so yeah. I've also been having this issue where like my eye, specifically my left eye, is like twitching occasionally underneath my eyelid, and I don't know why, and it's like been going on for the last 3 days. So my mom says that hers occasionally does that, so it's not like freaking me out that like something's wrong, but at the same time I'm just like, please stop, because it's like random when it happens. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next day, which should be Wednesday, but like Wednesday is probably going to be a heavy editing day, and I don't really think you all want to see that footage, so. ASMR for y'all. So, here we go. I'm gonna try my best to get it in here. Oh. There we go. Let's prop you up. Again, I'm on row 18. I don't know how I'm gonna get this for y'all, but let me try. I'm gonna set you down real quick. some sort of satisfactory noise for y'all who are into the yarn sounds. I don't think that worked, but we tried, and that's what counts, right? I think that's just something that adults tell themselves to make them feel better about the situation, but I don't know. It is Thursday. It is February 5th, and we're gonna do a little try on, if you can even call it that, of what I've got going on so far with this cardigan. I have y'all standing up on the freaking sink right now. But so far, this is the vision, right? It's the right way. This the right way. This is a vision so far. Back panel. Back panel. Then like this. So we've got part of the front panel done. As you can see, I just have to continue the rest of this front panel and then start working on this front panel. And then the sleeves, or I could make this a vest if I really wanted to just give up and be like, well, I'm not doing arms. And then I would just do like pink ribbing around the openings to make the little armholes. But this is what we're working with so far. Let me show you all the back. Also, for anybody curious about my vitamins, I've been taking my vitamins every single day, like a very good boy. So yeah. I think this is going to have to be a part 2 video, to be honest with you. It's going to have to be a part 2 video because maybe you'll understand this, but like, because I'm not on a deadline to get this done, like, well, I mean, I'm kind of on a deadline, but I'm not like on a hard deadline, you know what I mean? Like, for me, February is a whole month of love. For one, we have Black History Month, so shout out to all of you Black creators out there. How are ya? I am a Black creator, by the way. I just have vitiligo, which is why I have my white spots. It's a melanin issue. So yeah, the printer didn't run out of ink, although that is a funny comment. Also, I am not related to Michael Jackson, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I don't know. But yeah, so I've gotten a couple of those comments on my TikTok. And if you aren't following me on there, definitely go ahead and do it because it be popping on there. This is going to have to be a part 2 because, like I said, today is Thursday. This was supposed to be a week in my, basically a crochet vlog, or like a vlog essentially with crochet in it. So if you want more of this content and you've made it this far into the video, then drop a like on this video and leave a comment. Tell me, how was your week? Have you drinking enough water? Take your meds if you haven't taken your meds, and make sure you're drinking water throughout the day. And that is it for this video. Like I said, this is going to be a part 2, so stay tuned for that video. And I will see you strawberries later.